So I'm Mark Webley. I'm one of the founders of 2 Point Studios. My role is game director, I guess.
I'm Gary Carr. I'm also a founder of 2 Point Studios, and my role is creative director, I guess. Okay, so this is a game where you look after lots of little interesting people with different personalities who will behave differently. They're ill, so you need to cure them, but they don't have conventional illnesses and horrible illness. They're all made-up illnesses, so they're all fun and wonderful visual.
Yeah, you're building up and managing a healthcare empire. You start off with a little small hospital and you progress through 2 Point County into different regions. All the regions have, different climates, different problems. Some are hot, some are cold.
Some are rich, some are poor.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
It's just like real life, really.
Yeah, so you're expanding your healthcare empire, and as Gary said, you're dealing with lots of little people.
I think the setting it in 2 Point County and having a backstory for the place and having very different personalities occupying your game will be a big step forward.
I think that the county as well gives us an opportunity to not make such a linear game. The idea of building up your empire and the ability to go back and revisit effectively your first hospital, as it were, to maybe boost that up as you develop and research new machinery and upgrades. You can come back and maybe get that third star that you didn't get. I think the social element to it as well.
The games we made 20 odd years ago, we didn't really have any kind of sense of competition. It was very much a single player experience, really. One of the things we've done is we obviously wanted to come up with the opportunity to have some competition in the game. If you play with your friends, how can you kind of challenge each other? But we also didn't want it to be done in a way that would break your game. These games are generally solo experiences. People don't want other people, trashing their game all over their game. So we've got this really nice feature which you might want to talk to Mark.
Well, yeah, maybe.
We'll give you a little bit of a sneaky...
so I think some of the other stuff is the characters as well, and sort of like a lot more depth in the character. I think 20 years of making games and making mistakes at making games, and I think sort of we've learned a lot over the last 20 years. So I think there's a lot of small things that we've improved, and there's a few really cool big things as well.
I won't go into huge amounts of detail, but there's an idea of where I could play a challenge and I could forward that challenge on to my friends and they could play against my data, if you like. So in effect, it's a real-time comparison of how someone else undertook a challenge. So you get a sense of competition, how they did, you get a sense of what happened in their world, so you can see if they've kept the hospital clean, or they've had some natural disaster take place, or they've had an emergency, or whatever. It gives you a sense of competition because you're going to try and obviously achieve a better result.
And the things like the leaderboards. Just if you want to opt in with your Steam friends, just see where they are in the various leaderboards. You can just kind of see how you're doing against them. That's if you want to. The game is essentially a single player experience, so we wanted to respect that and then just give the player the opportunity to be probably more social than a multiplayer experience. And the advisor commenting on what some of your friends are doing at this stage of this hospital. There's a lot of little things that, again, we couldn't have done that 20 years ago.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
There's some quite conventional, but not real world illnesses. We're not going to do something like, someone's got pneumonia or someone, but we have some visual. We have a mixture of visual and non-visual illnesses turned into the hospital. But even the non-visual ones usually have a pun or two attached to them, or that's a play on words.
Verbal diarrhea.
Verbal diarrhea, that kind of thing, But we've definitely upped the ante on anything we've done before. I mean, there's a heck of a lot more visual illnesses in this game than we did in
we were keen to stay away from real-world illnesses, but there are things like Broken Bones and Castle.
But we don't treat them particularly conventionally, do we?
No, that's true.
We do have a very interesting way of removing casts from people, so you'll have to see that later on. 2 Point County is going to be more than just a world where hospitals live. If we get this right, we want to do that, but we still want to make this game is our focus, right? And we want to make sure that the world feels rich, even though it seems to just be populated by hospitals at the moment. We want to make sure that there are characters in the world that are interesting. We've got radio personalities, that we've got celebrities are turning up. So we have important people who live there, such as the mayor of the town, and these are people that are going to be persistent in the world, and they'll keep visiting and updating you on progress with. Yeah,
certainly when we started, we wanted to create a place for our game to live, and 2 Point County was the place. The two mountains in the middle of the county, it kind of gave us the place, and then the focus has just been this game. I mean that's enough to kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's easy as a developer to start thinking too far ahead. You start building, this franchise couldn't have this. I mean, really, I think it's important we get the game right and make sure the game is on its own a compelling experience, and then we can always, expand upon that later. Yeah, I mean, one of those things. If we have a vibrant community of people who really, want more, we absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly started off saying it'd be great if people are still playing this in 20 years on purpose. It'd be great if we're actually making some stuff to support that community. So we certainly have the plans there to kind of
and another thing, not just about adding more content to it. One thing that the analytics is there for us is to make the game even better post-release, because when you used to make games and put them on a disc and stick them in a box and ship it out, that was the end of it, apart from you might have to do a tile update or patch. Now we can basically tune things that aren't necessarily wrong, just make them even better. So make the balance work in a better way. If we're finding the game's too hard, we can tweak with things. If it's too easy, we can tweak with things. If it's not fun enough, we can tweak things. So we want to keep improving the game as post-release, as the game develops.
Not an open beta. I think we'll probably have some a small group. Once we're there, we're doing some. We're getting people into the studio, sitting them down and playing. That's kind of largely friends and family. But at some point, we'll do something.
It's an interesting. We've thought about those things, but it's difficult. We have a publishing relationship with Sega, and they have amazing facilities which we're taking advantage of with large QA teams and that kind of thing. So open betas are often a necessity for self-publishers who need to get feedback on their game, but we've obviously got Sega support on that side of things. And time is critical to us. I mean, we want to make a great game, but we haven't got a huge amount of time left in this year, so we're working hard on this alpha phase to get the game quality there to come out later in the year. We need to find a great, compelling game, and once you've got that, we can make some decisions later on. But we're just focusing on. We're quite a small team, and we're just focusing on making a really good PC title.